Services.
I recommend that the Board of Education approve a contract with the NEIU number 19 for special education services for the 2016-2017 school year as needed, as the special education population requires, at an estimated cost of $135,282.45, and to approve the Northeastern Educational Intermediate Unit resolution pursuant to said contract.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
Just want to clarify to everybody that this contract is for the most severely needy special education students that Western Wayne has. This handful of students have extensive services that are required, and all of those services are provided outside of the building realm here because of the extensive needs that those children have. So it is something that it's substantially less than what we had last year, but because we had some needy children reach the age of graduation, but it is in addition to the educational services that we provide ourselves with Walpole-Pack and Wayne Highlands in the consortium with the regular special education needs of children. So this is the very severe cases that are contracted to IU 19 for the 16-17 school year.
Mr. Adams, are you able to share the amount of students that participate in these?
This right now is priced for 6.5 students. So it's obviously there are big numbers and big expenses for the needs of these children.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries.
Thank you.
May I have a motion for item number 15, please, the award of fuel oil.
I recommend that the Board of Education authorize the business manager to award the fuel oil bid for the 2016-2017 school year to the lowest possible, or lowest responsible bidder once received from Intermediate Unit 19 Joint Purchasing Committee.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
This will be a fixed rate, and the reason we're using IU 19 is because we get economies of scale with all the other school districts, 20 school districts in the IU to join in this process. If we feel, and I believe this is April 18th to 19th is the bid date, if we feel that we can do better ourselves after that date, we just have to tell them that we're not going to participate, but if we feel that it is a market rate that is fixed for the entire school year, that is advantageous for us, we will join that consortium and the joint purchases as well.
Have you begun to look around though?
Yeah. Yeah, we have. Yeah. And if you notice, the last 3 weeks in the spot market, oil has gone from $29 a barrel to about $38 a barrel. This traditionally is a time when oil prices and natural gas prices are at the lowest because we're in between heating season and air conditioning season. But we have had fuel oil prices raise anywhere from 12 to 19 cents a gallon in the last 3 weeks. Now, depending on what happens between now and April 19th, with the price of a barrel of oil, we'll certainly be paying closer and closer attention to it every day as we get there. And if we choose to bid it ourselves, then we will have a 21-day notification period again. So that will play into whether we decide to join the consortium as well. If oil prices continue to raise over the time frame, and it appears that the price of the barrel of oil will continue to do that, we might better lock in because we're going to be exposed for 3 more weeks, which would get us into just before Memorial Day, which traditionally, all you have to do is drive around anywhere in the country. Vacation season comes along, prices of oil go higher, summer blends become available, needed for gasoline, and the air conditioning season starts in the south, which pushes up demand. So we're paying a lot of attention to it. And we know that we're going to get a tremendous savings in our oil costs next year, just because of what we're currently paying and what the current spot market is. It's more than $1 a gallon less right now.
I would just ask to see the compare and contrast.
We will.
Depending on if you go to bid or if you lock in with the IU, just to make sure that we,
Yeah,
we see all the cards on the table.
Yeah, we'll reach out on bid day to let you know where the spot price is and where the bid price is, and then we can make a decision there.
I appreciate it.
Are there any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 16, may I have a motion for transportation name change, please?
I move that the Board of Education approve the following change in the business name of bus and van contractors James Yatsonsky and James and William Yatsonsky to Yatsonsky Busing LLC for van number 123A and buses 55, 8, 10, and 23, effective April 5th, 2016.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 17, please, transportation unit.
I recommend that the Board of Education approve the following new transportation contract at state formula for the 2015-2016 school year. Herbert Black, van 123 Lake Arrow to Colonial Avenue, Academy, Wind Gap, effective March 30th, 2016.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Those opposed, no. Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 18, may I have a motion for item number 18, trainer's contract?
I'll recommend that the Board of Education approve a service agreement between Western Wayne School District and Pro Care Physical Therapy Inc. for the services of an athletic trainer for the 2016-2017 school year at a minimum of $23,650 prorated on an hourly basis of $21.50 per hour.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
I have a question. Do we have any real figures from 14-15 on how much we actually spend in athletic training costs? This is a minimum. Doesn't mean that we're spending, how much are we actually spending on it?
Last year, we actually spent $23,650, it was 1,100 hours. We did not approve any hours above and beyond. And that same number is, it's the same hourly fee for the last 3 years. In order for them to get more money than that, it requires pre-approval by us to add additional hours. But it was, that was the 1,100 hours at the 2150.
Does that adequately serve our student athletes? Honestly.
We have lesser hours of physical training services here than most school districts do. Are we servicing what we need? We think we are. Could there be additional services, especially in the rehab area? I'm sure there could be, but based on where we are, where we work financially, and where our programs are, we were comfortable with that as a minimum number. If we do need to go above and beyond that, it will be on a pre-approval basis at that hourly rate. But relative to many other school districts, it's lesser monies spent than most.
But it is the health of the students that we're talking about. Just like with healthcare, when someone gets sick, it's paramount. And if we are in essence shortchanging the student athletes because of the decision to get rid of an athletic trainer and to outsource said services, we're not doing the right thing. We are not doing the right thing. And we've had discussions pertaining to a part-time athletic director as well. And you and I have had not only personal but public conversation upon how we are not being served to the utmost capacity that our district deserves on the district level, because we do not have a person solely focused on putting Western Wayne in the best position it can be, not only health-wise, but in that aspect athletically.
On the athletic trainer portion of that discussion, when we do get to a scenario where we believe we need more training services, we will approve them and report to you that we've added additional hours. On the other scenario, we have to have further discussion.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 19, graduation, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education approve May 27, 2016 as the date for graduation and the last day of school for students, and allow the superintendent to change the date if necessary.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
Is this the earliest we've ever graduated?
It was one time, 33 years ago, that Mr. Wayne graduated prior to Memorial Day. In fact, Sue Romansky's senior class. But that was, this is the second time that that's happened. And don't do the math on how old she is.
Very good. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 20, the approval of the 2015-16 graduate list?
I move that the Board of Education approve the updated list for graduation on May 27th, 2016, as presented by high school principal Mr. Paul T. Blown, contingent upon each having satisfactorily completed all school and state requirements by that date.
Seconded?
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 21, technology, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education allow the Technology Department to apply for E-rate funding to purchase a Level 3 router, number 6509E, that will enhance the performance of our network throughout, in combination with internal fiber. The cost of the router is approximately $19,000 less E-rate of 70% of $13,500, with the portion Western Wayne is responsible for at 30% or $5,700.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 22A?
I recommend that the Board of Education approve the following personnel to be added to the district's substitute list for the 2015-2016 school year per certification, Act 24, 34, 151, 114, 153, and 168 guidelines, employment eligibility verification, U.S. Department of Justice. We have Victoria Barcarola, area of certification as a guest teacher with the secretarial and the teacher's aide, and Krista Mayoko, area of certification, guest teacher, secretarial, and teacher's aide.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
Yes. Ms. Barcarola, is this going to interfere with your bus run?
No, he'll get a substitute,
Okay.
he said.
I'm sorry.
Kurt said that he'll get a substitute, so.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for the addendum? We'll go off the agenda for the addendum under substitutes.
I recommend that the Board of Education approve the following personnel to be added to the district substitute list for the 2015-16 school year per certification, Act 2434, 151, 114, 153, 168 guidelines, employment and eligibility verification, U.S. Department of Justice, and contingent upon receipt of all employment paperwork. Cody Opalka, area of certification, social studies.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye. Those opposed, no. Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 22B, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education approve the following appointments for the summer extended school year program, 2016, contingent upon enrollment at the following rates. Can we just do as listed?
Yes, please.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. I have a motion for item number 22C, please.
I recommend the Board of Education approve the following appointments as instructors of the summer school program 2016, contingent upon enrollment at the rate listed in the professional employees contract of $33.07 per hour as listed.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor, vote by saying aye. Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 22D, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education appoint Dr. Kathy Salad as the district chemist to examine students upon original entry and in grades kindergarten for 1, 3, and 7 at the rate of $5 per student for the 2016-2017 school year. This fee will include the dental equipment needed for the students.
Second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
Is this state mandated?
Part of the health report, it's state reimbursed.
Okay.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 22E, district physicians, please?
I recommend the Board of Education appoint Drs. Frank Morrow and Nathan Graschik as district physicians for the 2016-17 school year. Duties as defined per Pennsylvania School Code for district policy, as duly licensed by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Health and Compliance with Acts 2434, 151, 114 guidelines as follows. Mandated physicals for the grades kindergarten 6 and 11. Sports physicals at a rate of $20 per physical for the 16-17 school year. And number 2, physician coverage for all home football games.
I'll second.
Thank you. Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those, sorry. Are there any questions or comments? All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 22F, please.
I recommend that the Board of Education accept the resignation of John Fehrenbach as junior soccer coach for the 2016-2017 school year.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Those opposed, no. Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 22G, please?
I
I move that the Board of Education appoint the following to the listed coaching position for the 2016-17 school year at the salary listed in the professional employees contract. Dante Terenzio for varsity tennis girls, $3,202.80.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, no. Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 22H, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education appoint the following to the listed advisor and chairperson position for the 2016-2017 school year at the salary listed in the professional employees contract. Patrick Farley, TSA High School, $1,321.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Those opposed, no. Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 22I, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education approve the following to the list of volunteers. Michael Brzezinski for softball and Denise Rushmeyer softball.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 23A, please?
I'll make the motion that the Board of Education set the 2015, 2016, 2016, 2017, 2017, 2018, 2018, 2019, 2019, and 2020 salaries for the existing Act 93 employees.
I second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, I would just like to read a statement that I have prepared. Historically, the Western Wayne Board of Education has done a poor job communicating the importance of, need for, and our appreciation for our Act 93 management professionals. Many in this group work 60 days a year more than other district professionals and are responsible for implementing and monitoring the district's curriculum, as well as supervising and mentoring staff, operating the facilities, supporting all co-curricular, and maintaining order, structure, and discipline within our district. Their efforts, combined with those of teachers, parents, and individual students, have received documented success in improved SAT scores, as detailed in the February 6, 2016 issue of the Scranton Times, placing Western Wayne in the top 9 of 37 schools in northeastern Pennsylvania. These scores have improved consistently over 8 of the last 9 years and now have our district ranked comfortably above state and national benchmark scores. Our PSSA and ACT scores have displayed similar results district-wide over the past 8 years. Unfortunately,